What's up, my PT peeps? One Eye Bri back to talk about The Walking Dead Season 7, Episode 12. Do a review and discussion about the episode. Spoilers, obviously, if you haven't seen the episode. Don't want to ruin it for you, as we're going to talk about it. So if you missed it, watch the episode before you watch this, of course. So here we go, guys. Episode 7, 12, Say Yes. And I thought it was pretty good. And I want to say yes, that it was a good episode. Was it a great episode? Not really. It was a building block episode. Some would say a filler episode. They go out scavenging. Rick and Michonne, Rosita went out and got some stuff. But, you know, Rick and Michonne heavy episode, which is good. I like to see them. Team Michonne overall thought it was a good episode. Anytime you got Rick and Michonne in the episode, it's usually pretty good. A lot of sexy time with these two. I mean, I thought it was like 2-3 scenes up in there too. So, you know, Rick and Michonne getting together, it's a great connection, and I thought it was a good overall, part of the episode. I thought it was great when they were checking things out. They saw what went on, and then they ended up falling through the roof, but they were laughing about it, and they were still having a good time. But then they found a bunch of food, too, which they probably wouldn't have if they didn't fall through the roof. They look very disgusting here, but they have a good time. Relationship goals, right? Get together. Thought this was a cool callback to me. I thought it was very like the tank and just being in the tank with Glenn talking to Rick. I thought that was pretty cool. It wasn't the same thing, but it just had that feel to it for me. He gets in the car. I thought this was a little crazy how Michonne got in the trunk and then just popped out. They pop through the top. They do this. They jump over the top. And it was a little crazy with that. But overall, I thought it was very cool to see walkers finally. This is a heavy walker episode. Michonne watches Rick climb up the Ferris wheel, and he was going to shoot the deer, which we'll talk about the terrible CGI deer in a second. But Michonne was taking people out left and right. Michonne, you got a katana. I mean, it doesn't run out of bullets. It's one of the best weapons, if not the best weapon for a zombie apocalypse. Am I right? So Rick climbs up the Ferris wheel and sees the deer. And if you have to kind of focus on it a little bit, the CGI is just terrible. It just looks so fake. I mean, I'll point it out to you right there, but it's just so fake how it's looking. It's not even close. Like, yes, CGI is fake, but sometimes it's done very well that you can't even tell. Or you're like, man, that looks really good. So the CGI has been lacking this season 7 of The Walking Dead, and that was another aspect of it. But Rick gets down, falls down, gets his gun, starts taking out some walkers left and right and whatever, runs out of bullets. And did you think Rick died here? It definitely was a close call. I knew ahead of time that he didn't, but it's like, man, if you didn't know it, they did a good job kind of, doing it. If I was Michonne, though, I'd be like chopping up the walkers to try and cut them away. I wouldn't be like, I'd be pissed. I'd be trying to take these things out, too. But Rick and Michonne back together and alive. So it was nice. They had nice moments throughout the episode, especially the callback to Glenn in the tank in Season 1 when Glenn saved Rick, but Rick could not save Glenn. It was just a nice moment overall, and then Rick was saying, if I die, you have to lead. It was just a nice connection between Rick and Michonne, really the whole episode. It was nice to see they got a shit ton of guns to give to these people. The heapsters, the scavengers, the garbage pail kids, whatever you're fucking calling these people. Jadis, I can't stand them all of a sudden. I'm just like, they were okay, whatever, but you're like, okay, they got 60-some guns. And then they're like, oh, nope, that's not enough. We need more. And then Rick was like, well, we're keeping 20 to go get more or whatever. And he stood up for himself, and that was good. I like to see that too. But I definitely don't trust these people. I don't like how they talk, just how they are, their mannerisms or whatever. They hope they have some big plans for them, but they're going to dick the group over at some point. They haven't done anything to help the group. They've just been a pain in the ass. So we'll see how it goes down. But the garbage pail kids, heapsters, scavengers, whatever, they're kind of freaking annoying to me, and they didn't do anything to help me this episode. And then we have Miss Rosita. She took out the stitches on her cheek. She doesn't want help from anybody, especially Tara. She doesn't want help. She doesn't want anybody's help except for Sasha at the end, who's the best shot they have and whatever. And hopefully she's not setting her up to get go on the suicide mission and use her for that too. That'd be pretty shitty, but we'll talk about that in another episode. But Rosita goes out looking for guns, and she finds a fake gun, and it sucks, and it's frustrating. She can't win. Whatever she tries to do, it's not working out. She's just not it's just not working out for Rosita. She's always pissed. She's always frustrated no matter what she tries to do, whatever. Rick and them come back with guns. She's not happy with that. She's not happy with anything. She's not happy until Negan is dead. And I can understand that, but she's got to realize to do it smart in the right way. I thought this Walker was pretty cool as it came out the house as she went to go get the gun that she thought was a gun turned out to be a fake gun. It was a bloated, gross, disgusting Walker that she had to slice up a little bit with her machete. And part of me understands Rosita. The other part is like, you're not being very nice to everybody. Father Gabriel, she's yelling at, Sasha, Tara, whoever comes in her way, she doesn't want to listen to anybody too. And I like how Father Gabriel stood up for himself in the church and everything. It was very good. But then she gets to the hilltop and just goes right to Sasha, who's at the grave. And it's a nice, spot to see the graves. They got rid of the balloons. I know we were talking about that in a couple other videos. But Sasha, is like, are you here to pay respects or whatever? And of course, Rosita's not. She's just like, I need help. I need your help. So Sasha's down, though. But Sasha is a team player. She wants to take out Negan just as bad as Rosita does. She's not being as reckless in there, too. So it was kind of cool that Sasha brought her this awesome sniper rifle that, they're not going to be able to take out Negan. Just part of the story going forward. It's just not going to happen. It's not part of the show that would make sense for the future of the show. But Sasha, Rosita, teaming up. Future episode, probably 7/14, so we got to wait a couple weeks, I believe, for that. But Sasha and Rosita getting a plan, and it was nice to see that, just knowing some information that it's going to be tough that Sasha and Rosita are having this plan for this suicide mission, which is good, but it's just not going to work out for them. You know that, right? I mean, you know the show. To be like, it's too good to be true to think that either of these women take out Negan because he's such a polarizing character and such a huge character there too. But they know that it's a suicide mission and they're willing to do it. So I can't wait to see how it's done on the show with Rosita and Sasha in a later episode. The thing I did think was the cutest thing ever was baby Judith, who to me she looks so big now. I mean, I don't know how old she is on the show, 2, 3, whatever, probably 2 years old, but the actress who plays her, one of the twins, I guess, they're very cute. And I thought the interaction with her and Tara was just cute. And Tara needed someone to talk to. And Judith was that person, I guess, evidently. And then Tara was going to find Rick at the end of the episode. And she said, we have to talk. So you can assume what they had to talk about, right? And that has to be Oceanside because they need guns, more guns, 60-some more guns. And Tara is torn what to do because she knows that Cindy saved her life and she's going to break that promise by taking them there. So can't wait to see that happens in a later episode of the season. So there you go, guys. That's my review of 7/12. Say yes in the books. Check out the Walking Dead community page on Facebook. All are welcome. If you like this channel, you'll like the group for sure. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Post your comments about 7/12, what you thought was good, bad, indifferent, terrible CGI deer, all that stuff like that. Subscribe today to get more videos if you like this channel. You guys are awesome, and thank you for watching.